everybody, welcome back. So I sure hope you enjoyed our story about the crayons and their trip to all kinds of exotic places, especially Red Neon Crayon's trip to China and the North Pole and the Amazon rainforest. That was a lot of fun. And of course, Esteban the Magnificent, which is probably my favorite crayon in the whole book. He's my hero. So I hope you enjoyed that story that we read. And I thought that today we could do another fun crayon craft. Yesterday we did a crayon craft with melting crayons that made that beautiful picture with flowers. Today we're going to do something else. I wanted to do something that was a little more summery and warmth and something that we can really enjoy the sun with. So I thought we could make sun catchers with melted crayons. So the one I'm going to show you how to make is actually going to be a crayon shaped sun catcher. But if you don't really like that one or that shape, you can do all kinds of other ideas. I even made a turtle sun catcher made with melted crayons. The sky is the limit. Use your imagination to make any kind of shapes or animals. You can do hearts, you can do geometric shapes like triangles and circles and squares. You could do giraffes and lions and tigers and anything else you wanted. You just have to have some old unused crayons. And crayons that are broken are perfect for this job. Crayons that are melted and squishy, kind of funny. Crayons that are just old and dirty and don't color real well anymore. Any of those kind of crayons would be perfect for this craft. You're also going to need a glue stick, wax paper, either a sharp knife, and that would be something only your caregivers and parents can handle, or a crayon sharpener. You're going to want one that can fit a crayon actually into the sharpener. A pencil sharpener will get gucked up by the wax, so don't use a pencil sharpener, especially an electric pencil sharpener. That'll destroy it. Only use a crayon sharpener. If you don't have one, have your parent or caregiver use a sharp knife to help you with that part of the craft. You're going to need scissors, a ruler. You're going to need, for the crayon one at least, you're going to need some black paper. If you're going to make a turtle or any other kind of animal shape, you're going to want to get different colored construction paper. And if you're going to do animals, you'll also need wiggly eyes. But again, of course, if you don't have wiggly eyes, you can cut out construction paper and make eyes with a black marker. Last but not least, you're also going to need an iron. So I hope you all have an iron at home, because that's what we're going to use to melt the crayons. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me show you here before we do how cool these things look in the bright light. This is going to be what your crayon would look like if we held it up into the window in the daytime. Unfortunately, I got busy this afternoon and couldn't do this craft until now, and it's dark outside, so I have to use artificial light. You can see all the different colors I used in that one. And then our turtle one, he looks really cool. When I ironed him, I used a checkerboard weaved towel, and I didn't realize that the crayon would crease in the weave of the towel. But it's kind of cool because it gave his turtle shell some texture, and that looks really cute and creative. So that's how we're going to do that. So to get started, you're going to need to create your template. And if you're going to make the crayon shaped one, you're going to need black construction paper. And this is pretty easy to do. You just want to take your ruler and a pencil, and you're going to want to measure out on your black paper about 1 inch from the edge. And then from there, another 1/2 inch out. And you want to put a dot here on the 1 inch spot and a dot on the 1/2 inch spot. And then you're just going to draw lines. And it's really hard to see on black paper, so maybe you want to use a white pencil if you have one. I can see the graphite pretty well. But you're going to want to make a double line here, because you want to make this edge. And then you want to just lay your ruler flat up against it and do the exact same thing, because the space that we cut out in the middle here is the width of my ruler. And then you're going to want to move over a little bit again here, about 1/2 inch, and draw a similar line. At the bottom, you want to come up about 1/2 inch from the bottom and draw a line there too. That creates this bottom space here. And at the top, you want to find the middle section, and you just want to run a triangular shape here to the middle, and here again you want to parallel it on that side also. And then you're going to want to come in and do a triangle also on the inside. If you're good with freehanded, you can do it freehanded. And then of course you're going to want to do a double line here so that you form this piece. So you've got your thick margin lines all the way around. Then simply cut this out with your scissors You want to be sure that you cut out the inside. Sometimes I find it easier to poke a hole with my scissors right through the middle and then cut the trim out like that way. And the same thing up here. Just poke your scissors hole through the middle and then cut the triangle out on the inside so it's nice and sharp. If you have an X-Acto knife, you can use an X-Acto knife to do this also. But again, that should be something that's done with an adult. Children can use their safety scissors. These little scissors, these work good. You can fold the paper over in half like this and then cut with the safety scissors, and that will cut right through the paper as well to create that nice rectangular shape and triangular shape up here. It's a good way to teach your kids about shapes. If you're going to do like the turtle, that's even easier. You just want to get some green construction paper, and you're going to want to cut out 4 shapes that look like fat raindrops, I guess, that are the same size, and then a much larger one for the head, and then a little leaf shape for the tail. And when you glue it onto the wax paper, it will look like turtle legs, head, and tail. Okay, so once you have your template cut out, we can go on to the next step. And I'm going to move these things out of the way so we have room to work. So now we need to take care of our crayons here. You cannot sharpen them with the paper on it, so you're going to want to remove the paper. You want to make your crayons a little bit naked here, and that's easy. You just want to peel that paper off. Sometimes it will stick, but you need, especially on older crayons, but you need to make sure that you get all that paper off so you have nothing left but the actual wax crayon. When you've done all that, you'll have a whole set of colored naked crayon pieces. I suggest that you keep these in a wax or in a Ziploc bag somewhere cool, like down in your basement. Because if they do get exposed to heat, they will all melt together, and that would be a really big mess. But never fear, you can always melt that down and make a candle out of it too. There are so many things you can do with discarded crayons. It's just ridiculous. So don't throw your crayons out. Once you get them like this, then we need to get nothing but their shavings. So you could take your crayon and stick it in here, and you're going to want to shave it just like that. This is something that kids can do. You want to get lots of different colored shavings in there, like so. Sharpens your crayon nicely. Your big fat crayons won't fit in there, so you'd have to use a knife for that one. And again, this is something that only an adult should do. Always scrape away from you like that, so you get nice shavings like so. You don't want to do that into a bowl instead of having it all over your table or floor. The stuff does make a mess if you get it into your carpet. Never fear. Get a lunch bag out and your iron. Lay your brown paper lunch bag on top of the melted wax in your carpet or on your clothing, and then iron on top of the paper bag. And the heat from the iron will seep through the paper bag onto the wax, and it'll transfer that wax out of your carpet or your clothing onto the paper bag, and you'll no longer have crayon mess in your carpet. You don't want to know how come I know that from experience. Anyway, so back to this one. We're going to do a couple of the smaller crayons in here. We're going to do some orange. Put some orange crayon in here. And that makes a nice colored shaving. And maybe we can do some of the green crayon in here. And when you do your sun catchers, you can do any colors you like. There is no right or wrong way to do this. Be as colorful or as simple as you like. And now I've got yellow going on in here too. Just like that. All right, so I've got purple and green and orange and yellow in my sharpener. Now we're going to take, since I'm not doing this on my ironing board, I'm doing this on my table. I have a cutting board down first. And then you're going to need to take your wax paper. And when you take your wax paper, you just want to peel off just a couple inches worth. And then another set of a couple inches worth. You want to make sure that it's a little bit larger than your template because this does get messy. So then lay your template on your wax paper and then take off your shavings here. And you want to sprinkle them all over the inside of your template. You want to make sure you get it all in there good. And as you can see, you can kind of spread it out a little bit. It's okay if we have opening blotches because the crayons will melt, the wax will melt and it will spread. If you have too many dark colors, it will be hard to see them. So you might really want to limit it. If you want to have a little bit of purple in this, we could put a little bit of purple in here. See if I can't find my purple crayon in this mess. I think this one's purple. Yeah, this one's purple. So like I said, I really recommend if you're going to do a dark crayon, a dark blue or a dark purple or something, that you do it sparingly. A little bit of the darker colors goes a long ways. They do tend to overpower some of the other colors, but they do look pretty, especially the really dark purple. But you know, if your favorite color is green or blue or orange or whatever, be creative. All right, so when you get it all on there, then the next step you want to do is very, 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 oh so carefully lift your template off. And you can shake some of your crayon shavings into the shape. There you go, just like that. Then just as carefully, you want to cover this with another sheet of wax paper. Try not to sneeze at this point, it would be messy. Now, this is really important. If you like your iron, do not directly iron on the wax paper. You will destroy your iron. Do not get crayon directly on your iron. I spent 10 minutes scraping crayon off my iron earlier today, and that was messy too. So take it from me, don't do that. So I just have a regular washcloth here that I'm going to lay carefully on top of my wax paper. I have my iron set to its hottest setting, and we are going to lay it on top of here and just very carefully go over the wax paper. And you want to rub it good. Don't leave it in one place. You don't need a fire. And this is something that only a grown-up should be doing, not the kids. So this is a good family craft to do together. And when you've got it all nice and hot, you can kind of see it's starting to bleed through my towel here a little bit. Look at that melty mess we have. Isn't that beautiful? And what we're going to do now, measure it. Look at that, it fits. So we can peel this off of my cutting board. And it cools really, really, really fast. See it just like that. Now, because it's cool enough to touch, I'll move my cutting board out of the way. And we can get our glue out. I found my glue stick. Yay! Apparently the dog didn't eat it after all. I just couldn't find it earlier. So now I found it. And I'm going to take my template and I'm going to glue it on top of my wax paper. If you at this point want to also hang a piece of string off this so you can hang it into your windowsill, you can. You can also just use tape to tape these to your windowsills. There is no right or wrong way again to do this. And then you can lay this on your melted crayon art and press down securely. And then get your scissors back and cut around the edges just like that. And we're going to come up and then cut on over and cut across the top. Sometimes the wax paper does get a little bit soggy, so children might need a little bit of help with this step. And there you are, one melted wax sun catcher crayon. Let's take a look what it looks like in the light. Look how pretty that is. A little bit of sunshine on a gloomy day when we're all stuck at home. So I hope you enjoyed my little sun catcher craft with you today, and I hope you enjoy making these at home with your family, and I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you guys again later. Bye-bye.